Hello everyone and welcome to our latest live video here at Mosaic Foster Care. My name is Nadia and I am joined by the lovely Iris today. We've had a little bit of a scramble because Iris has actually been in panel this morning and that's what we're here to talk to you about today. So what better day to talk about all things panel other than a day that we actually have panel. So Iris, we're going to jump straight into the questions that I have for you. I'll let you talk a little bit about your experience. And the first thing that we have to ask you is, how did you get into the world of fostering?
Well, when I was a teacher, I was the designated teacher for looked after children. So I worked very closely with foster carers, foster children and birth parents and lots of professionals. And that really encouraged me to get to know more about the fostering process.
Amazing. That kind of links on to our next question, actually, which is, what is your role and how does it link to Mosaic? Because I know you work for a couple of different panels.
I do. I sit on quite a few panels, including a local authority panel, and they are all slightly different, but they all share the same views. They want to do the best for the children that are in care. We want positive outcomes for these children.
Wonderful. So I guess a big question is, what is panel and why do we actually have panel? So in your opinion, why do you think we need to have panel?
Panel are there to check on all the regulations have been adhered to. The agencies produce reports, the local authority produce reports. It's our job to check those reports, to look for any gaps, to question any gaps, and to check that all the regulations are adhered to. We are independent, and so we have that ability to stand back and take a distant view of things. And we like to know that everything's been done according to the national standards.
So it's kind of another measure that we put in place to make sure that we're getting the right people, really.
Of course.
So something that people ask us quite often is that the thought of going to panel can be quite daunting. So what would you say to somebody who's a little bit nervous about coming to panel, or maybe it's putting them off fostering at all? What would you say to that person?
I quite agree. I actually find panel quite daunting myself. I've been doing it for 13 years and I still get nervous, and it's perfectly natural to get nervous. We're not here to trick you. We're not here to interrogate you. We really want to give you a chance to sell yourselves and to shine.
Lovely. So sorry for the police siren in the background. Yes, I think just to echo what Iris has said, it's not something to catch you up. It's not like a test. I think the panel, they're there to be independent, but they're also there to be on your side. I think that's something that's really key to think about if you're feeling a little bit nervous. The next question that we have, which happens to be question 5, is, what do you love about being on Mosaic's panel?
Mosaic is unique. It's a real family. Everybody here shares the same values. We all respect each other. We've all got time for each other's opinions. And I feel that the level of service they provide for foster carers and for the children is quite outstanding. It's a very, very special agency for very, very special people.
That's so lovely to hear. We haven't paid Iris to say that.
No, you haven't.
she's
definitely not.
Independent, so you know that it's the truth.
It's true. Very true. It's a privilege. We all say it is actually a privilege to work for Mosaic. You get to meet lovely people. We get to meet smashing foster carers, smashing colleagues, and it works extremely well.
Oh, that's really good to hear. And my next question, which is question 6, is, what would you say to somebody considering becoming a foster parent?
I would say consider it very, very carefully and involve your family. You're going to be part of a fostering family. Everybody needs to be on board with this. Think about it carefully, do some research, do some reading, ask around, and if you still feel confident, make that initial move.
Yeah, I think the key thing is that when you inquire with us, you're just asking to find out more. It's not like you're saying, yep, let's go to panel tomorrow.
No.
It's an initial inquiry. And I think the idea that you have to research is so important. If you've seen any of our videos on TikTok or on YouTube, you'll know that we always say that the first stage of becoming a foster parent is to do your research and know what kind of fostering you want to go for, whether you want to go for local authority or an independent fostering agency. It's really important that you've had those conversations with yourself. I think Iris, having worked across both kind of areas, will echo that, and something that's quite important. Question number 7 is, do you have any advice for foster parents?
Oh dear, I think you've got to be very honest and open with everybody. I think you need to be resilient. You need to be able to reflect. You need to be able to look back at your actions, be able to reflect on them, and to take experience from things and move forward. Fostering is extremely rewarding, and it is also very challenging, and you need to be aware of that.
And this one's not actually on our list of questions, but it's just something that I wanted to ask you about because we've talked about it before, and I think it's such a nice thing for you to be able to talk about. Do you have any memorable panels? Do you have anything that you remember?
Every single panel is memorable. I can remember a panel where prospective carer came to us, and we had reservations. I must admit, most of the panel we did have reservations, and this lady turned out to be the most fantastic foster carer that you could ever imagine. I mean, I had reservations because I knew her from my teaching experience, and she had 4 of the most challenging children of her own, and I thought to myself, how is this lady going to manage? And I actually got to know her really, really well. And she had a very, very challenging young man, and she did the most amazing job with this young man. And he's grown up now, and he's still in touch with them. He still considers himself part of that family.
How lovely. And do you feel like that gives you such a sense of pride, almost being able to?
It certainly, it really does. It really does. I mean, lots of people might think fostering's not for me. I couldn't do that. But the application process will talk you through it. You'll realise what your own strengths are. You'll recognise your own vulnerabilities. Mosaic are here to support you every step of the way. And there's no barrier. We don't say, oh, you're too old, or you're too young, or you've got a male partner, or you've got a female partner. We look at you as an individual, and we will look at you at face value.
Amazing. Well, Iris, thank you so much. It doesn't look like we have any questions for you. So if anybody does want to ask any questions, make sure that you are dropping them now. Now is your chance. But in the meantime, just thank you so much for being here with us today. I think it's really important for people to be able to meet our panel so that it feels a little bit less daunting if you are thinking about inquiring with us or thinking about fostering in general. So to come off the back of that, if you do have any questions, don't forget to visit our website or our socials. We actually have a whole playlist on YouTube dedicated to you, Iris.
I do.
She's famous.
My grandchildren are they're embarrassed, to be quite honest. Because
They shouldn't be. You're a star.
I do keep reminding them that, Nana is on YouTube and I'm getting more hits than you.
Yeah, that's the important thing, isn't it? So if you do want to learn more about Iris's experiences, then make sure you do head over there. We've just had a comment from Lou saying, this is really informative. Thank you. Well, we are so glad that we could help you with your potential next steps in your foster journey, Lou. So that's all from us here at Mosaic Foster Care today. Do make sure you head over to that YouTube channel to hear more about Iris's experiences as a panel member for us. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye now.